Kuzuzampo and the heartiest welcome. I'm Yishe, your host, and this is Talk and Show. My guests for today are two very talented young models, Miss Asia Bhutan 2017, Regita Gurung, and the youngest Bhutanese top model, Jimmy Topgal. Welcome to the show, guys. What are you up to these days?
Oh, well, I just graduated from high school, so I've been doing modeling here and in India for the past few months, and now I'm prepping to go to college.
Okay. What about you, Jimmy?
Firstly, thank you for having me on this show. It's such a great honor. So these days, I just joined school. It's just been a couple of weeks since I joined school, and I'm clearing things up on my school, like academically. And then we just completed a fashion show 2 days back, and we're still very, very tired. And right now, I'm just preparing for another fashion show, which is on the 25th of August for the Mountain Echoes fashion show, in which I will be showstopping. So I hope I'll see you guys there.
So, modeling. How long were you guys been doing it?
I've been a model ever since I was 13, so it's almost 6 years since I've been modeling.
Okay. What about you?
I didn't actually want to be a model when I was younger. I mean, listen to this. I didn't actually know modeling was a thing, actually.
Okay.
I have been maintaining a fashion blog since I was 10. Like, I used to write about my travel diaries. I used to write my ventures and detail on my OOTD outfits. And then at the age of 14, I was scouted by Project Bhutan, and then I've been modeling ever since with them. And I've been modeling my whole entire life, but professionally, it's been 3 to 4 years of my career as a model.
Ah, okay. So, what's the best thing about it?
Well, the best thing is that through modeling, you get to showcase the hard work of designers. Not only that, it's like you get to change the perception of the world's beauty. Because when you're a model, when you do shows, it's not only shows where you look pretty.
Yeah.
There are designers who want to make you look all those like dramatic and monstrous type. But in a way, we're trying to change the perception of beauty for the world. So modeling is for a good cause, and that's the best part about modeling.
Okay.
To me, modeling is a very special thing. I mean, as a model, designers design clothes for you to walk in. And
Yeah.
when a designer designs clothes, every clothing, every fabric has a story to tell. And being a model, your job is to showcase and tell the story to the audience in a 30 to 40 second catwalk. And being in a photo shoot, you're doing the same thing. You're expressing the ideas of a photographer through pictures. And in being a model means also being a role model. I mean, the word model itself means examples, setting examples briefly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then being a model gets you the chance to speak to the world that you can be different, and then you can motivate people to be different. Like my agency always says, to be the role model you always wanted to be. That is what the special thing about modeling is. Thank
Wow. All right. So, do you remember the first overwhelming thing that you felt on your first show?
Yeah, I think we all do.
Yeah.
It's like the first time you're about to do a show, you have this nervous attack, okay? It's like
Yeah.
you don't want to fall down.
Yeah.
You don't want to you want to make sure that you do justice to your designer's
Yeah.
dress because they've put so much hard work into it.
Yeah.
Like he said, every cloth has a story to
Story
tell.
to tell.
So basically, you have to make sure that you are at your best.
Yeah.
And there's so many people watching you, so you're so nervous. I still remember how I was nervous, but then it's always like I act best under pressure, so I always tell myself that I can and I will, and that is how I overcame that feeling of nervousness during my first show.
What about Jimmy? What was the first overwhelming thing that you felt on your
My
first show?
first show was the Project Bhutan Season 5 fashion show. I was very lucky that time because I just joined Project Bhutan, and then I got promoted, and then I got to work for many famous designers such as Robert Nawarem, a celebrity Bollywood designer. And then during that show, I had like 5 to 6 changes. The energy was so crazy. Everyone was like,
I bet.
everyone didn't care about others. Everyone's like so busy getting into their makeup,
Yeah.
getting their outfits as changed as fast as possible. It was like a pure fashion week moment.
Okay.
And then I even got yelled at from the designer because I was so slow. And then it was like very monumental. I mean, but I like that energy. I live and survive for that type of energy. Being a model, you have to
Yeah,
cope up with
yeah.
those schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what being a model really is. That Project Bhutan Season 5 show was like a test for me, like a test that needed my confirmation if I really wanted to be a model.
Yeah.
It was a very special and monumental show. I still remember it.
When and what made you realize that you wanted to be a model?
If you ask my family, I was
Yeah.
always into fashion. Like I would wear my mom's fashionable clothes and her heels and just walk around the house, pose. But there was this one post in a newspaper in Bhutan
Okay.
by Bhutan Street Fashion, whereby I saw these two young, amazing ladies, beautiful ladies in these gowns made of trash, in a
Made out of trash?
yeah, in a
All right.
dumpster. So I was in awe, and the caption was like, "Ugly is beautiful."
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Ugly
now
is beautiful.
So I was like, what? I mean, because when we say beauty,
Yeah.
we have pretty girls in pretty dresses in
Yeah.
a pretty place.
I know.
So that changed my perception of beauty, and that's when
Yeah.
I told myself that I can change the perception of the world through modeling, through fashion.
Yeah.
And that was the moment that struck me, and I was like, I have to be a model. I have to be a part of this.
Okay, that was deep. What about you, Jimmy?
Like I said before, I always want to be a model. I mean, I didn't know modeling was a thing. But when I reached the age of, like, say, 10, really knew that modeling was a thing. And
Okay.
before that, I wanted to be a pilot, an astronaut, a
Okay.
writer, the list goes on. And as soon as I came to know that modeling was a thing,
Okay.
then I told myself that I will be a model.
Okay.
Because looking at all those idols in the world, like Tyra Banks, Giselle Bundchen, they all
Yeah.
have so many beautiful stories to be told, so many hearts they captured, and their stories were very inspiring. And the way that their occupation as model enhanced people to think like them, to think, venture like into the creativity world. Just the idea of a model being able to showcase the creativity to the world is a very entertaining thing. So that's what
Okay.
made me
Okay.
want to be a model.
Okay. So coming back to the expectation thing, Jimmy, you're just 16 and you're a top model already. So is
Yeah.
it hard living up to the expectation of a top model in Bhutan?
Oh, well, it's very, 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 very. Okay, how many varies were those?
I don't know if you keep account. Maybe five or
Okay,
six already.
so it was very, very difficult. I
All
mean,
right.
being a high school student and a model at the same time is very hard. I mean, you cannot cope up with the school schedule, and then I mean, being a model, you know, right, Ricky?
Yeah, I know.
Our schedule changes every time. You never can predict a model's schedule, and
Yeah.
then whilst being at high school, I mean, sometimes suddenly modeling work pops up, and then
Yeah.
I had to miss a couple of school days, and then. But you know, my school is very supportive, and then I try to do as many shows as possible. But sometimes modeling pops up at such odd timings. Like, for example, last year I got scouted by an agency in Korea called YGK Plus, and then got a contract in Canada at Next. But I couldn't go because I was doing my board
Well,
exams.
that next, that featured in America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, that was the one.
Wow, that's huge. That's really huge.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But
you could not
unfortunately,
go.
I couldn't go because I was doing my board examinations.
bad.
But I'm
Okay.
still looking for connections right now.
Yeah,
So let's see what goes on.
I'm affirmative. You'll get some soon. The next segment, it is called Mystery Maze. It is a riddle segment. So I'm going to ask you some riddles, and you guys are going to have to answer those riddles. Okay? Do you like riddles?
Not exactly.
I am not so good at those.
You can always give it a try.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, number one. Say my name and I disappear. Usually when we call somebody else's name or we say somebody else's name, they appear or they answer, right? This time it goes away. So what
Say
am
my
I?
name and
I go away.
Wind.
Wind. What about you?
Animals.
Dogs come, okay. Dogs, you come.
I'm sorry, I'm so
comes-
stupid.
No, that's not stupid. It's silence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. I
Does
said
it click?
wind.
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah,
Silence.
silence, it goes away, right? Okay,
I
that's.
was like wind because wind.
I don't know how to fit it into my imagination right now. Okay. Feed me, I live, and give me a drink, I die. What am I? Feed me, I live. Give me a drink, I die. What am I?
Give me a drink, I'll die.
This is no creator. Feed me a
Any luck, Jimmy?
drink.
Can you give me like hints?
A
Yeah.
hint. All right.
Yeah.
Is it like scientific answer or?
It can be anything. It is the first thing that was introduced. I'm not so sure if it's safe to say first. One of the first thing that got introduced in our world, on our planet, and what about you?
I was about to say candle actually.
Candle.
Yeah.
Fire.
But then quite close. Yours is right. It's fire. So when you feed fire with woods, they live,
Yeah.
right? They
Oh,
blaze up.
okay.
But then we give it water, it dies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So rule number 3. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Actually, the more I take, if I drink more from this cup, the less I leave behind, right? This
Right.
time, the more you take, the more you leave behind. The more I drink from this cup, it fills up. So something like that. It's a logic. So what is it?
The more you take,
The more you
leave.
leave behind.
Lessons.
Leave behind is a huge clue.
Is it footprints?
What about you?
I think footprints.
Yeah.
True, bravo,
Oh,
guys.
really?
It's footsteps.
Oh.
Footsteps, footprints, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The fourth and the final riddle of the episode is:
Thank God.
poor have it, rich doesn't have it. If you eat me, you will die. What am I? Poor have it, rich doesn't have it. If you eat me, you'll die.
Um,
I should quit giving you guys clues now. You guys are smart.
Poor
You already
have it.
got 2 answers
the
right.
rich have it.
No, poor have it. Rich don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually poor doesn't have, right? Rich have.
I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
Can you repeat the
pretty
question
common.
again?
Common, pretty common. Okay, poor have it, rich doesn't have it. Poor have it, rich doesn't have it. If you eat me, you will die. What am I?
Okay.
Misery.
Misery? All right, you?
I feel like I heard that somewhere.
Jimmy. Brainstorm.
Okay, I don't really know, but I'm sure it's there in there somewhere.
Bring it up, bring it up.
Okay. Let me think.
He's not the one to give up easily.
Okay, I give up.
Fine. It's nothing.
Oh.
Oh,
Does it
that.
click? Yeah. Poor have nothing, right? Rich, poor have nothing. Rich doesn't have nothing because they have everything. So they don't have
Yeah.
nothing. And if you eat nothing, you will die. We
Oh,
can't
yeah,
survive without
starving.
food. So yeah. So that's the logic apparently. This segment it is called Supersonic. In this segment, you're gonna have to complete the sentence as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll then. Number 1. The hardest thing being a model is.
Oh,
You have to be fast. Come on, Rikita.
okay. Sorry.
You want to go first?
No, he's gonna
Okay, repeat it again.
Hardest thing about being a model is
being accepted by the society.
accepted by society.
Being rejected by designers.
Okay. I wish
I was very successful.
I'm very creative.
creative. Okay. Beauty is
Beauty's brain.
Beauty is hard work.
hard work. If I had a superpower, it would be
To be a positive mind.
positive mind.
Becoming invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Positive mind. I don't think you would require a superpower for that.
The thing is, as humans, we tend to have this alter ego and all this negativity in us,
Yeah,
no matter
that's
how
true.
positive we try to be. So with the positivity, you can radiate it, right? So,
Okay.
so radiating the goodness.
Alrighty. All right. Modeling in Bhutan is
It's growing.
it's growing.
It's culture.
I'm grateful for
My existence.
your existence.
Everything.
Everything. Wow. Okay. If I woke up as my favorite model, what would you do?
Take a selfie.
Okay, who's your favorite model?
Adriana Lima.
You want to take a selfie? Just that?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be believing that I'm Adriana. So I would like to click a selfie and post it as Regita. And be like, I have the face of Adriana for a day.
What about you?
If I was born as if I woke up as my favorite model, that is G-Dragon. He's a Korean model.
G-Dragon. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
Big guy.
I'd probably follow myself on his Instagram.
Follow yourself.
I
I
know.
posted on my Instagram.
And I'd probably read his wardrobe as well. He has some really nice
Yeah.
collections of clothes.
Yeah. A perfect world would be
Where people have this positive mind and a kind heart.
positive mind and a kind heart.
People able to accept high fashion.
High fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you define high fashion?
High fashion for me is not always being comfortable, but taking risk and taking chances.
Being
that-
edgy.
Yeah,
A little
being
edgy.
edgy, being a fashionista, looking very creative in front of the cameras.
Okay.
That is
Even
what
though it's not
high
very
fashion is for.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to take risk.
Yeah. My celebrity crush is
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
My celebrated crush would be Suju Park from Korea.
All right, you guys did great. That's with the Supersonic. This segment is called True or False. In this segment, I will have random statements, and if it applies true for you, you have to show me the true side. If not, show me the false side. Okay, you
Why
got
do I
it?
feel so nervous about this?
You don't have to. It's all good.
Okay.
Let's go then. Number one, shoots are not as glamorous as the photos. You have photo shoots, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are not
Okay.
as glamorous as the photos. They appear in
Oh,
the
okay.
photos as the result. That's true. Okay.
Big
True. Big true. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you say it's not so glamorous as in photos?
You do not know the struggle of being a model, of being a designer, of being a photographer. It's like you have to be in a pose for like
Okay.
almost 30 minutes at times. The same pose, like literally one time I did a shoot whereby I was like standing like
Oh, I
this.
remember that.
I was my head was down in a chair.
Did you have a stiff neck or something?
Yeah, and I had to do that for almost like 30 minutes because we were not getting the shot. And as a model and as people from the fashion industry, you need to get the perfect shot. I mean, sometimes the lighting is not good. Sometimes your
Yeah.
posture is not good. Sometimes your hair is not good.
Sometimes expression doesn't
Yeah.
click.
So there's so many things that you have to look into, and it is not as glamorous. The pictures look amazing, but
Yeah.
the struggle, the hard work that goes into it is invisible.
Okay.
Sometimes even small detail can ruin your pictures. I
Yeah.
mean, the posture of your hands, that whole small detail can ruin your pictures. Remember,
Yeah.
Reggie, we did that shower scene?
Yeah.
And we were supposed to open our eyes in the shower. It was so hard.
It was
That
so
must be hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's raining and you have to keep your eyes
It's
open.
open.
And it
That
was a
must
surprise.
be-
It was like shoot that just we made in just 1 second, and then we didn't even have change of clothes.
Yeah,
and
so
we
we were
just hopped in our
shivering.
clothes, and then we just walked home wet.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah,
It was not even.
these are the kind of
Yeah.
struggles we have as a model.
Yeah, behind the scene is terrible.
Yeah.
I read it somewhere that a model had to tuck her ear behind with a super glue because the photographer thought that her ear stood out too much or something.
I'd like to tell you an instance of my own. I was just
Yeah,
13 and I
please
was
do.
doing this very big show whereby we had this very famous designer from India.
Okay.
So basically, she had us wear this huge wig, which was almost 3-4 kgs. She tied it around my head. It was done by Robert.
Okay.
So it was around my head, tied with the string, okay? It was this big.
Okay.
The minute I stood up, I fell down. After 30 minutes, I fainted because the pressure was too much. You know, my head was being tied around by a string and a huge wig. So I fainted.
Oh my goodness.
It was, and then she had us wear this eyelash this long
Oh my
with
goodness.
rings on it. So it's, oh my God, it was such a terrible time. But then the pictures were worth it. The show was worth it.
Wow. So behind the scene, it's like a lot of things that we don't see. A lot of drama going on.
I
All
still
right.
remember the first time I fell on the ramp.
You fell on the ramp
Yeah.
once. Oh.
That happens to like
Yeah.
almost all the models.
So what do you do? Like, do you get back up and start walking? I mean, like, continue walking?
Yeah, all that matters is your confidence
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
that's
matter
how-
if you fall, you just stand up and
Dust
walk
off
straight up.
and-
Just
yeah.
walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 2, maintaining my figure is a challenge.
Okay, true.
True. Okay.
It's very true.
Do you have to
Yeah.
control a diet? Like, do you have to eat clean and omit a lot of good stuffs?
I'm supposed to, but I can't. Like I'm supposed to go on a diet and all that, but I'm a foodaholic, so I can't live without
Same
food.
here.
So the only thing that I do is work out.
Okay, you
That is
work out
yeah.
regularly. That helps a lot,
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah. What's a guilty pleasure?
Chocolate. Oh my God.
Chocolate.
Anything sweet.
Anything
Sweet.
sweet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love sweet food.
Yeah.
So-
What about
Being
you?
a model is like really hard. It depends on agencies actually. Like in India, they want us to be really bulky and then really strong, really muscular. But in terms of abroad and New York Fashion Week, they want us to be as skinny as possible.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on designers as well. Like for instance, for the Project Bhutan Season 5 fashion show, the clothes that designers bought were like for skinny people,
Okay.
and they couldn't fit all the other male models. It could just
Okay.
fit
They were
me because
bulky.
I was skinny.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
so
lucky
that was
one.
what being a model really is.
Glam is the best part of modeling. Would you say glam is the best part of modeling?
Glam. Okay. Not entirely. I think I'll just keep it like this.
Neutral?
Yeah.
Why?
Because modeling, there's a lot of aspects that creates you into who you are actually.
Yeah.
It's not just about glamming your poses. I mean, there are a lot of models, very short in sizes, but just can work off the camera. It just really depends. I mean, maybe height, glam, and then beauty is a thing in the past, but now it's all just about confidence, personality, and attitude. So that I believe.
Okay. So
Okay.
glam is not everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
glam is not everything. The very reason is because when you are a model, there are times when you can't look glamorous.
Okay.
You have to look very ugly. At times I've done shows whereby my hair was very ugly in terms of how the world perceives it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
But
very hard
yeah,
nowadays, right?
yeah,
They don't just pick pretty models,
They
no? They
don't.
pick like different, unique looking models.
But that's the best part
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
The
I
best part
suppose.
about modeling is that glam is not the only part about modeling. There's so many aspects, as he has already mentioned, in modeling, and it is a field that is also like trying to make a change the world's perception, as I've mentioned a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah.
So modeling, it's not just about glamming up; it's about changing definitions of beauty.
Yeah,
changing-
ugly is
yeah,
beautiful, like you
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Hard work and passion triumphs all.
True.
True.
Very true.
Okay. So you think hard work and passion triumphs all? What about?
True.
It's true. Okay. Yeah. So how would you say that?
Modeling is a very difficult field, actually. Like I said, there are so many criteria that you need to pass to be a model: the height, the figure, and everything wise. And the most important thing is you need to have the passion for it. Because there
Yeah.
are times when you are at your lowest, when there are designers who don't select you for your height or your face.
Yeah.
There will be people like saying it straight to your face that you're not, I don't want you, and all that.
Yeah.
So you have to have that passion to overcome and overlook those with positivity, and you have to be very professional about it. Not only that, I being not a very tall model, I'm just 5'8". It's very difficult for me, especially since there are so many tall models in the world.
Yeah.
But then I am where I am because of my hard work. All these years, when my other friends were all into just model friends who were just into, let's say, who never had the passion for it, they're not here where I am right now. And the very reason is because I was very passionate about it, and I always knew that I may not have the talent for it or the height for it, but I always knew that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So I've
Yeah.
always had that in my mind.
Okay, back of your head. Okay, what about Jimmy?
I think I'll just copy paste what Regita said.
Copy.
Okay. So anyways, I do agree to Regita as well. Like hard work and passion conquers all. Like
Yeah.
I mean, being a model is very diverse. It's very hard. People say it's easy, but it's actually not. You have to work for the body that you want. For example, look at Victoria's Secret models, world supermodels. They
Yeah.
work for the body they want. They have a lot of connections, and then even though they have been receiving a lot of offers, they still have that passion. Even though they've been like brought down by a lot of paparazzi gossips, they still got that passion. I mean, being a model, you receive a lot of gossips like that. I mean, some are really not sweet, some are really heart-throbbing, and then some are really hard. So you just have
Yeah.
to get on with that passion and then just continue to do what you love doing.
Number 5. I want to go back in time. Do you want to go back in time?
Yes.
Yes. Everybody, I think everybody wants to go back in
Yes.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
May I ask what would you change or what would you do if you could have a time machine and go back in time?
I'd most probably go back to the time where I fell on the ramp.
You fell on the ramp.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was just supposed to look at the audience and smile and go. And
Okay.
then I didn't notice there was a big loudspeaker in front of me. I just
Okay.
like fell over it.
Okay.
But I just walked confidently after that. But I would really like to create that again. And
Okay.
then I actually miss all the modeling chances that I lost in the past. And I
Okay.
would all recollect for that as well. Again.
All right. What about
Yeah.
Ragita?
I mean, although I'm the kind of person who believes that everything happens for a reason, still, I do miss my dad. I lost my dad like 2 years ago. So if I could
Oh,
ever go
sorry.
back, it's a fine. If I could ever go back in time, I would just like to spend more time with him.
Oh,
So that's it.
okay. All right. Number 6. I have a signature pose.
True.
Okay. What about Ragita?
We all do.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
What's your signature pose? Would you like to share it with us?
Mine is like, this is my angle.
Mm-hmm.
So simply like use my hand this way.
Okay.
That covers up my double chin. So
Okay.
it's like,
This is your good side, like.
yeah.
Okay.
So I simply do this and then I give the side pose.
Okay, it's so funny. It's our face, like like symmetrical face,
Yeah.
but still we have a like face
Angle.
side of
I
face that
know.
we would like to
Yeah.
post. Like, yeah, it's so funny. What about yours?
For me, when I do photo shoots, I usually go for that lazy, bored face look, just like standing there and then like. Okay, I don't really know. I just
That's a
pose with
cute
a lot of
pose.
poses. But usually, like sucking your cheekbones in, do a lot of justice on photo shoots.
Okay, you
Yeah.
already have like beautiful cuts, so
Thank
that
you.
would even
I
compliment
get
more.
that a lot.
All right, number 7. I prefer spontaneity over planning. Are you a planner? Are you guys planners?
Not at all.
Not at
I
all.
am a planner actually.
You're a
Oh.
planner.
Yeah.
Oh, you plan. Okay.
I actually do plan a lot.
Okay. What about you?
I don't.
So what's your plan next year? May I ask?
I don't really know next year.
Next month?
I just next year I'm having a fashion show, and then next year I'll probably continue school. I mean, continuing school is a must for me, but maybe I don't know. I just get into some agencies. I'll try get into some agencies abroad.
And continue your studies at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
studies is a must.
Yeah, it is. So do you wanna like go to college or something, or you wanna after 12 you wanna go into modeling?
Actually, modeling is
both?
a very diverse situation. There is such thing as like going to college and continuing model at the same time. Model
Yeah.
can be a career as well as a part-time job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it all depends on season-wise. So I really want to go to college, and then I want to have the taste of that college feeling. I mean, and then actually continue modeling as a career as well.
Okay, so both. You wanna take both?
Yeah.
Same with you, or?
Well, I'm going to college this year, but
Okay.
I have my Miss Asia pageant coming up on November,
Okay.
in which I'll be representing Bhutan.
Oh, all the best for that.
Thank you so much, La. So basically, I'm prepping up for that. I have a mentor, and
Okay.
I'm being trained by that. So basically, that is the plan. But I am not a planner, actually. I am a very clumsy person who likes to
Okay.
believe that go with the flow kind of
I
person.
know. Remember when you forgot all your makeup during the
Yeah,
fencing show?
we had a show in fencing.
She forgot
She
her
just
makeup.
bought her pajamas, actually.
No,
You did?
Yeah, the very reason was because we had a shoot here, and we had to
Okay.
go from the shoot direct to fencing. So it was
Okay.
a very hectic schedule.
You didn't know that you guys were gonna go to
We
fencing?
were, but I forgot since I had a lot of shoots. Like
Okay.
we had a lot of shoots
Yeah.
the like previous days.
Okay.
So I forgot my makeup. I used his.
Usually, I like if I'm traveling like in a few days, I pack from right now only.
Wow.
That is what I
you're Such
do.
a organized person.
Organized
Yeah,
person.
I mean,
know.
like I'm very particular about my clothes and like the way I look.
Yeah,
So,
me
yeah.
too. I'm not a planner exactly, but then I'm particular with my things. Like I want what
Yeah.
I want, and I do things like in advance. So that makes me a planner and not a planner, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hybrid. All right, that's all with true or false segment. This segment it is called Fun Facts. In this segment, I would love to know 5 fun facts about Reggie and 5 fun facts about Top Girl.
The most interesting fun fact about me is that my name, spelled backwards, is a tiger.
A tiger.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
The
interesting.
very reason is because I was born in the tiger year,
Mm-hmm.
so I take my inspiration from tigers.
Okay.
That is one.
Okay, one fun fact gone.
Second is I don't like styling my hair.
You don't like what?
Styling my hair.
Styling your hair.
I don't like that. I find that really tiresome. I mean, I love dressing up, I love shopping and all that, but styling is not
When
for
it comes
me.
to your hair, you want to
Sometimes she
live
doesn't
it.
brush her hair for 5 straight days.
Oh my god!
I don't brush my hair either. Like
It's so hectic because we
I
have long hair.
know. Months go by sometimes, 2-3 months.
Really?
Believe me, yeah, I don't brush it either.
What? We cool
And when I
people.
wash it, like this much comes out.
Cool people do that. The third fun fact is that I have a very sweet tooth. Like I eat a lot of sweet things. A lot. When I say a lot, I can eat the whole cake by
Only
myself.
sweet things, Ricky?
I can eat the whole cake by myself in
Oh
15
my
minutes.
goodness. Whole cake in 15 minutes?
Ice
What
cream
size
cake.
like?
This one, no, the one you get in Sweets Bakery.
Whoa, that's a lot.
And I don't share it with anyone.
Whenever we have
goodness,
the kind
seriously,
of
have
shows and we have the dinner at the last moment, we all look at Regita's plates and there's like a huge pile of them.
Oh
She
my
can eat a lot, trust me.
That's the third one. The fourth one would be that I'm sort of a nerd, actually.
You're a nerd?
Sort of a yes.
It doesn't
you-
appear to be.
I don't. It's that I don't look like that, but when I talk, really like talking, having intellectual conversations. I really like having intellectual conversation with people about life, about the world, about the current situations in the world.
That's healthy, I suppose. Yeah, gossips
Yeah.
over this kind of conversation is much better. Me too. I don't like engaging into gossips and small talks also sometimes.
She's also very good at studies, by the way. She's like
Ah,
sexy smart.
beauty with the brain kind of person.
Yeah.
What's the fifth fun fact about me?
You're asking him.
Um, do you have anything in mind?
You have a lot of signature poses
Oh, I
at the
do.
end of the ramp.
Oh yeah, none. The fifth fun fact about me would be.
I think she's a very straightforward person.
You're a
Yeah,
straightforward
I
person.
am actually. I can't fake it, so it's actually a good and a bad thing.
It's a good thing. Me too. I'm straight. Sometimes I can be really blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be bad.
And she's borderless as well. I mean, like, whether the designers want you or not, she
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Because I've been in this industry for so long, I've learned that not
How
to
many
lose
years did you say you were in modeling industry? I'm so
6
sorry.
years, 13,
Oh,
6
You
years.
started 13.
So I've learned from the day that I started to this day, I've been through a lot. Like I've seen how designers reject you, how can be like they can be very mean towards you. So I've learned to take everything positively.
Okay.
So if they want me, thank you so much. I'll do you justice. If you don't want me, it's fine. It's a
Okay.
profession. We have to be
Yeah.
professional about it.
So you've developed a thick skin in a way.
Because I have learned not to lose my confidence and my self-esteem for anyone.
Yeah, that's a necessity. Yeah, especially in show business, right?
That is, yeah.
So that's all with your fun facts, right? So Togil, you wanna go?
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so the very first, I don't know if it's the fun fact, the fun fact about me, the number one fun fact about me is I judge people by their fashion sense.
You judge people
Yeah.
by their
Yeah,
fashion
sometimes
sense?
I don't know, I don't know if you felt that, but you can actually say what kind of person they are
Yeah.
by the way they dress.
True. That is true.
Yeah, so I can
Okay.
sometimes make it out.
Okay. What kind of person would you say I am?
You're very cheerful, fun-loving, and
flowers in
straightforward
your dress.
person.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Bad.
goodness.
I'd say that.
You pick at all these nitty-gritty details.
Actually, because we are models and because we have been with designers, so we know
Yeah.
how they think. So we also sort of
I
learned.
suppose it's a very interesting thing.
Ragita wears pajamas, so I know she's very careless
Oh my god!
and lazy. I know for a fact.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe that's really like it's a thing.
Yeah.
okay.
So moving on to the second fun fact about me is that I am ranidophobic.
You are
I have a fear of frogs.
frogs.
Yeah,
Me
it's called
too. That's
ranidophobia.
there is a word for that. What was
It's
that?
called
again?
ranidophobia.
Ranidophobia.
Yeah.
I have a fear for frogs too.
I don't know why I'd rather encounter a snake than a frog.
Me too. Such a
I don't know why.
coincidence.
There was this one time where I was all dressed up to go outside,
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as I stepped out, there was a really big frog on my porch, and then I just went back in and just stayed there for 2 whole hours.
Was it in Thimphu?
Yeah,
But then we don't have frogs anymore.
but there are actually.
I have seriously.
Yeah, there are.
I have not seen any
And
frogs.
then I
not a
think
single
one
frog in
encounter
Thimphu.
was that when I was maybe in 3rd or 2nd grade. So I had this schoolmate where there was a guy.
And back then we had, I guess. Nowadays we don't, right?
There was a guy who was like, who came with a bottle full of frogs.
Ew.
That is what developed the phobia in me.
Me.
I'm still scared.
That
I
was
don't. This is so embarrassing.
developophobia in
I don't even know
everyone.
I'm saying this on national TV.
It's alright. It's alright. Me too. Like even if there's a picture of frog on screen,
Yeah,
or
it's very creepy,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
I have to scroll it like immediately or turn it off. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
look
yeah.
at it.
I have a friend who loves frogs. Like everything that she has, starting from her mouse to her pajamas
Oh
to
my
everything,
goodness.
it's all of frogs.
I'm not so sure I can be friends with her.
My mom told me that when she was in New York, she saw a couple with pet frogs.
Oh no, they are
Yeah.
cute creatures. They're cute creatures.
for
I
me.
love them. I love them. But I can't look at them.
There's just
in a
something
way.
about it, no,
Yeah.
right? I am an adrenaline junkie.
Adrenaline junkie. Okay.
I am a vintage lover, and what was the third one? I am an otaku.
You're a what?
I am an otaku. That means I really like watching anime.
Animes.
Japanese animation. I'm
I
just
learned a lot today. Otaku and what was the frog thing? I forgot.
Right.
What
Ornithophobia.
Ornithophobia.
I just like trying out new things and then like getting on some very dangerous rides. I'm a really
Oh.
I give me that adrenaline rush.
I
And I
feel you.
also worked with a lot of designers and photographers who have those creative ideas who definitely gives you an adrenaline rush. And then anything vintage shoots, Lana Del Rey,
Oh my
everything
God.
vintage.
Lover.
I love vintage. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the third fact about me.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the fourth fact, I will say that 99. If you rate my closet, 99% of my clothes are black in color. She knows.
Oh, black.
I don't know. I just feel like everyone has a comfy color, and then black is for me. Okay. My advice for everyone watching this show and then wants to be a model is that I don't know who came up with this height and measurement thingy, but I think it's just so stupid. Maybe before we had this thing, but now it's all about attitude, confidence, and personality. You know, we just now the modeling world needs someone who can like flaunt the cameras, who can like smile, who can really work with the cameras, who can emphasize with people. And modeling is a really scary world. Actually, sometimes you ought to make some very scary sacrifices, very heart-throbbing sacrifices. Just be you. Just don't change for anyone. Just do you actually. And as Kendall Jenner said, if you don't see anything beautiful in you, just get a better mirror. Thank you, and good night.
My advice to everyone watching this show, especially to all the girls out there with the insecurities, is to believe in yourself. I was never this confident before, but it was because I believed in me, that I had faith in me, that I am where I am today. So to everyone out there with your dreams, even though it may not be accepted by the society, even if it doesn't have a scope in the future, I want you to have faith in yourself, for it is passion and determination that will make you achieve your dreams. So to everyone out there with dreams, I want you to start today. For as the saying goes, that the distance between dreams and reality is action. You must start in order to achieve what you want. Thank you.
Tonight, we have music from the very talented Nala. That's all we have for you now. Thank you for making me a part of your day, and I'll see you next time. Till then, remember, passion and dream is what makes our life worthy. Goodbye.
Dingi tu belumba, cerapa tap tu dis chimne ibding a homda, kazama nala, kuiga. Yeah. Dua dili nyima dili chiwi dili kara lungali yu dash dili chatu kara nigi rap gitulu nyen dili yeah nala rap tugu rap la chi rap tugu chak sa nga I kela yola dala mela chapta chukasa kono dari juju rap tum tu chap chu bisin nam koma bu nuchu check rap gumi jumi chumi den me cool ka chi zeu me bi zonka jaka inki tap to ten jabe chara chara disulu lap in a rap disum gera sis be me lu labi asara inki na linga chi sugi labi dulu joker check rap gi sisu lol jaga kana ngam to to kash leb na mashi rangi rang ngam sisu zo de rugi donka tama ruka mashi jam me ranka jakan chigi pisu jam me pamuni me jaga chigi mi nye govinda tukstu himza bam ge nima ina churu ina mashi dem sa aro goro rugi ba choro roli bodu chio po soja choro beja digi pum matom sa tomi de rugi kuba ne sese dungel ma de tu de rasu rangi chip shisu jopa duru shop chop bum lu chigi to milo bum lu to me be ma bum gi ko ma to be me na ae ne mi sem chomi cho chegi rap gi ta da pon ki choro tepe chegi temi rap play pon ki hime ki mindu ta mindu si mindu yanchi chi ka chi se mindu ka to se chasu rap jogo tun teru ni gi rap pitu chigi de rap mindu si ti da bum bi ju rap jogo tun ten kam chi at joru jo shu kam chi ten ten ga de beru chasu di ni gi kam gi holu ga gi tem rap la bi hip hop Guiga hip hop, check it him rap la bi top top, gachilo top top rap but this garagi inga rap la, your rap la aluchile go to boost boom up age ange garagi nigi rap ga, ngalu mi mi ngem mi mi to sami gar nigi awasa, just nigi ban hi sa dan gi kebba. Rap let me catch you hip hop let me catch you this call it saying main sama chule chest love sikachino rap gi gap dip this sunday sugi ni lap kala hando shim rap sugi dun rap gi gap ni gi dong hit the jet dul hugi back kap chwinchi ni kam hulu to be lep chegi kom to sum po the chat ni gi chap ka ngai kom to chip po the ngai chet gi dong nga de chiga danda ben ti chap di kumi chegi sel bin su pam ni chi ra in chest nyam chu goiga bom da chungu chulu ngali hi gi jap danda mat be chap go ba chin chungu is jani mi bom is jap shumi ba ni mi lacha chu zup ni ngalo apur jalu hi laja Morim zumi kai tan ngal mi do azazu hin shu chat garing gi donka Chi mi bi tsida jungu mi bi lo so pap jam matin chi gi gi don mom gi pesha mo chi gi gi don nam sami pata kap chu ben hisa pata ka chi me ba ta ju gu tu lu pata chi kati geng ilo ka chi geng ilo rap to chep shi si kap chi gi simalo nye de mi sim chi ta de la khu chi mo Ningin gi ito jangin gi tantu chegi rap gi tsisu paliku tsuliku kararole auku rangira lotu teleben shop job gu jab chantu dustu nyo za chungu tsulu batsu ni che tsugila rangin ba imbe sa pe zop tenja chisulen te labja phamse ani chime ina chegi be mi lasu chimne gego im mashiga mashiba chi boga ngai lebe chinzung gakpa tama aje chimne hebda toda mi chu paksa jimasu dungel dem te chalu charu be mi gai meu toto phamde lebe tsugi chimi hinde labja leshimi nyembe dep down Lalu kau kan cucur tenda salim hadu Tungil gitu masuk joget sakami Tagi samito mantu nyenggo noru nyem cuma golap gonor kalam si lalu cuta gonor zero tami mi lam delap jami pami pincha mi tungil gitu masuk patapra me bachanda nyoze lalin tabu chung rati mi jogo no yasno sa pe nyemba soptin kachi se mi tungil mu cha sulu tamarangi loto nyemba pami loto mo chanse mi no Ngai ki so hago shin chegi dul men I hago machine tu I mashi bachin lapja in she bachin tenso ngo shin la I ngo mashi bachin so chi bidea ngai You pesha kosa wansi gi ngal mi chapta bugi ni gi chapta pele mahakala ngin go mai gi pala pele gi chiba inga nala nyama tumi zande chochi disu kara dam tani gi la zandi tangi tamashi nyama tubi bule nga mani kuru im chetsu nga ngo mashika chegi ngo mashi bachi inga gangster F4D nala chuchu sande bantu wanto shuso be misugi dunu zozo in F4D lablo mani jinje maza pam gi tiru tima su ga gi tiru tima sumi zande chochi disu kara nga chi tubi di chi malang la nam sami mabe yo project chita do di na re ba me ngam zang ngango gi pokemon tuza do be poke Not be mad, my gay depth and you see chat to motto. Seems like searching the pound of dead in harm with chat to get that though. Seems like you much in me, you not in your summer to be roster tip come to you in the check page to the night chill thing.